What is going on, everyone? The Houston Texans today have interviewed offensive coordinator Ben Johnson from the Detroit Lions, and this is my candidate number one. If Aaron Wilson goes out and puts out a tweet a couple of days from now and says the Houston Texans have named Ben Johnson their next head coach, I am jumping off the walls. I am screaming. When you look at the way the NFL is going, young offensive-minded guys who bring in high energy and are able to, scheme out of their minds and bring in creativity, they are at a premium now. Guys like Mike McDaniels, Kevin O'Connell, Zach Taylor, those three coaches, very young, offensive-minded guys, have their teams playing at playoff level, and it only gets me excited about the possibility of Ben Johnson. He's 36 years old, former quarterback from North Carolina, and if you go to like the Detroit Lions Reddit page, their Twitter page, their YouTube, they rave about Ben Johnson. They love him. Jared Goff loves him. He's revitalized his Goff's career, and the Lions this year were must-see football TV. If they would have made the playoffs, I would have said these guys are my dark horse to go in and run the table. The fourth best offense in the NFL, 26 points a game, and it's not hard to see that Ben Johnson was one of the main reasons why this Lions offense was so successful. But let me give you some of his resume, right? Like I said, he's 36 years old. His coaching career started very young and goes to Boston College at 2009. He went as a graduate assistant. Then at 2011 goes to tight ends coach. He then jumps into the NFL with the Miami Dolphins. This is where he meets Zach Taylor, the coach from the Bengals. This is where he meets Dan Campbell, the coach from the Lions, right? He is their offense assistant in 2012. From 2013 to 15, he is the quarterback's coach. In 2015, he is the tight ends coach. From 16 to 17, he is the Dolphins assistant wide receiver coach. 18, the wide receivers coach. And then Matt Patricia gets hired to the Detroit Lions in 2019. He goes with him and becomes their offensive quality coach. We know how that situation with Patricia ended up. It was absolutely horrible. He gets fired. In comes Dan Campbell, retains him as a tight ends coach. And Dan Campbell in that season, he brings in Anthony Lynn to be his offensive coordinator. Well, the Detroit Lions offense up until more than halfway, in the season sucked. Anthony Lynn gets demoted. Ben Johnson comes in, and in the last 6 games of the Detroit Lions season last season, 5 out of the 6 games they scored 17 plus points a game. The previous 11 to 12 games, they only did that, and that was in week 1. There was an immediate impact. Flash forward to this season, a top 4 offense in the NFL. Like I said, 26 points a game, revitalizing Jared Goff's career. Second year, Amon St. Brown. They signed DJ Chark. He made a lot of great plays. Their offensive line is playing good, and Ben Johnson, man, Dan Campbell spoke highly of him. He said, I don't want to lose him, but I'm not going to hold him back. Zach Taylor, last year, the quarterback for the Bengals, tried to hire Ben Johnson to be on his staff, but Dan Campbell gave him the promotion to offensive coordinator. If so many people want this guy and the fans love this guy, and you see the type of production that he puts on the field, then go in and bring him in. You think about what you want for this team, what you want for the Houston Texans. You have the number 2 overall pick. You could still end up with Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. You want Ben Johnson coaching one of those two. You're talking about the offense we have. There's Laremy Tunsil, Titus Howard, 2 very good tackles. Laremy Tunsil's a non-pro. Damian Pierce, Nico Collins. Give this to Ben Johnson and see what he could do with his offense. Nonetheless, the Houston Texans have interviewed Ben Johnson. I hope they go ahead and pull the damn trigger. This is my number 1 guy. You let me know what you think. As always, go Texans. You have a blessed day.